Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Farming Simulator 25. So there's not a lot we can do in our own fields today at the moment, but we have got this wood transport contract. It's only 15 trees, so it's not too many to load. So we're going to borrow the items for that, and I'm going to go and get that done. And then once that's done, hopefully we'll have some more to do. We've got some fields drilled, but we've got this one here, soybeans, which is almost ready to harvest. So possibly in the next month we'll be able to get that harvested, which will be a good job to do because there's quite a big field that, especially for our size of combine. So that'll keep me busy for a while. That's not our field unfortunately, but that's ready to harvest. So looks like, what is that? Peas? Pea field. We don't own that one though, so can't do that. How much is it out of interest? I don't think you can afford it though. Okay, almost 400,000, so no. Right, so we're going to jump into the wood lorry, timber lorry, and we're going to head down to that load area where the logs are and get those logs loaded. So the 15 logs I think should all fit in one load, possibly, but if not, we actually haven't got to go too far with them to sell them, so it won't really matter too much. The longest journey is going to be from here to where the logs are. It's actually quite a long way, which is probably why the job's worth quite a bit. But the actual number of logs is quite a lot less than normal, so it won't take too long to load them, which is good. So I'm going to head down there now. We'll do it on a time lapse, I think, because you've seen me do this a few times now recently, but they are quite good contracts for money wise, and I quite enjoy it really, in a way. I'm not the best at it, loading with a crane, but it's quite satisfying. I think it's even more satisfying on time lapses. A few of you have said that you think it looks quite satisfying on time lapse, so I will keep doing it occasionally, but I'll get on with this now. There we go, that didn't take too long at all, about 7 minutes I think in real time to load those, so that should have been a fairly quick time lapse I think. And let's get that contract turned in, there we go, or at least completed, and then we need to collect the money for it. Here we go, so £12,100 for that. Very good, not bad pay at all really for that. Which brings us up to 69,000 in the bank now. Just out of interest, can we afford a set of rolls, because that's something I did want. Oh, there's a cultivator, is that? Yeah, cultivator, but not a set of rolls available in the used sale. That's a cheap combine. That's a mod that I downloaded a few days ago, just came out not too long ago, and yeah, I've got that now for, well, it'd be quite useful for the survival challenge series I think. Yeah, anyway, let's look at the rolls. There's no cheap ones anymore though, unfortunately. The cheapest ones are quite expensive now, if I can find them. Or there's, yeah, 500, sorry, so they're the cheapest ones, but it will increase our yield. It's too late for some of the fields, but it isn't too late for the barley field that we drilled last episode, so we could buy that. I am kind of saving up for the sawmill, but we're not going to buy that until we've emptied the old one, then we can sell the old one. So we've still got time to make more money before we buy the sawmill or build the sawmill. We do need this. I know I can lease them, but the trouble is all the fields are ready to roll at different times of the year because I've got the spring drilling and the autumn drilling, so it might be best to buy it. Now we've already got it available then. I wish it was a bit cheaper, but it is what it is, so we're going to have to go with it. There we go. So they require 120 horsepower, which is more than enough. I'm sure both of our tractors have got enough power to run that. This is the slightly more powerful of the two, so we'll use this one. I'll go and collect that from the shop. Just going to drop the front pallet forks off because we don't really need those. There we go. And I'll head down to the shop and pick up those rolls. Here we are at the shop, and here is our new set of rolls. So that's good. We've got finally a set of rolls. In most series, in FS25 and all my previous series really, I've always been buying a set of rolls pretty early on in the series. We're now on episode 34, I think. I've only just bought them, which is the slowest ever, I think, that I've had to get a set of rolls, but it's mainly because they're so expensive, really, and well, I suppose also because we haven't got that much land really as well. That's the other thing. We started off with so few fields on this series. It's not really felt worthwhile spending almost £50,000 on something that's only going to be really used, or at the time was only going to be really used on 2 fields, which were very small fields. But now we are starting to get a few more fields. It is more worthwhile having them, I think. The yield benefits we're going to get from having them is more worthwhile than what it would have been with 2 small fields. Because yeah, we've got quite a few fields now. No massive fields, but the soybean field that we're hopefully going to harvest today, or in the next month, in this episode, will be the biggest one that we've got. That's quite a big field now, so I expanded that. Anyway, these are our new rolls, so they should get the job done pretty quick. 12 metres I think they are, 12 metre working width, which is a pretty good width, but that's why they're expensive, but yeah, the benefit is you do get the job done pretty quick at 12 metre working width. So I think they will pay for themselves over a few episodes, but in the short term they were quite expensive. And this fog's here. I know a lot of you have been saying yes, it is realistic to have fog in a valley. Yeah, I do understand that. You do get fog down at the bottom of valleys and stuff below inclines. But my thing is, and I know a few of you have agreed with me, it's there in every single episode, every month of every year. It would be nice to have a little bit of a break from the fog occasionally in certain areas. Like here is okay because it's not always foggy around the yard. It is foggy at the moment, but not always. But in that field down there, I don't think I've actually seen it without any fog at all yet. Which is, it is quite a lot of fog. So yeah, maybe if they could just remove some of the fog some of the time, it would be nice. Anyway, here we are at the field. We'll get the new rolls unfolded. Oops. Into the road. Luckily they stopped in time. There we go. And I'll just get this field rolled pretty quickly. It won't take too long at this working width. So I'll get on with that now. There we go, so that's the rolling done. We've also just been watering everything, giving everything water, and I've just slept as well overnight, and now we can see that our soybean field is ready to harvest. The neighbouring field didn't get harvested in the end, and it's now withered. Luckily that's not mine. That's not my concern, but yeah, not very well managed next door, I don't think. So, we can now start harvesting. I'm just going to check everything's okay with the animals. Yes, they've got grass and the water we've just done, so they'll soon be, they've started reproduction. So we've got some adult goats now for the first time. We'll have a look at them when we go past with the combine. There we are, my first adult goats that I've had on this farm, so that's good. And sawmill's still going. When it gets to empty, I'm going to sell it, and then we're obviously going to buy a bigger one, the larger one, so that we can start producing some more planks, and we're going to use the wood from our new forest that we bought, which is good. Still going with the preserved food production, carrots and rice still in there, so that's good. We'll leave that to get on with that. Mushrooms are still going, and obviously the greenhouse, the new greenhouse we built, it's got full water, that's good. So yeah, let's jump in the combine then, and we'll start harvesting the soybeans. There we go. Right, we'll go this way. I think it's probably still got the header on. Don't want to take the header trailer particularly. It's easier just to go down the road or around the yard without taking the header off, really. Obviously if we're going longer distance I might consider taking the header trailer with me, but this is all just fairly local driving, so we're not going to hit anything going down here. So this is the goat field. Let's have a look at these adult goats then, which are now starting to reproduce. So we're going to finally get some of our own goats reproducing rather than buying them. So these are the babies still, but there are some, here we go, adults. So hopefully that increases the milk production, and certainly we'll start reproducing small baby goats, so that's good. That one's having a lie down. There we go. So that's good. All going well with goats. Really should get some more livestock when I can, but I'm still trying to save up for this sawmill. So hopefully we'll get some money back for the old sawmill when we sell that. That'll go towards the new one. And here we are at the soybean field. So we'll get the combine started up. I'm going to start it myself at least, so we'll get guidance steering going. And yeah, get that set up, and we'll get around this field, getting some harvesting done again in October. Quite a late harvest. Not as late as last year though, I think it was November last year for the soybeans. Must have planted them later. Anyway, let's get on with this. So the harvest is going very well. I'm getting on with that on my own, but what I'm going to probably do is just borrow these items, and we're going to do a cultivation contract, or get the helper to do a cultivation contract while I'm doing the harvesting. That way we've got a bit of extra money coming in, and hopefully collect that at the end of the episode, or if not early next episode. So we'll get the cultivator on. Just a nice machine, this. Very big cultivator and nice New Holland tractor. Which field are we heading to? 41. This way, yep. I'll drive it up there, I think, and then we'll get the helpers to just take over and get that cultivating done. I don't think it should take too long. It's not a bad paid job either, really, considering it's not one of the biggest fields on the map. There is a very good harvesting contract I've just noticed. It's a corn harvest. It's active, I think, for 14 hours. That's the deadline to finish it. So it might be nice to do that. It's £28,000 it's worth. It's a very big field of corn. It's going to be quite a big job, but we might do that next episode, possibly. Because also we get the corn then as well to sell, or some of the corn anyway, which we can sell in the winter. But anyway, that's not for today. We just did notice it there and I thought it was quite tempting. Anyway, here we are at the field, so we'll get the cultivator unfolded. And I'll just get the helpers to do this. So once it's unfolded, I'll just press H and hopefully the helper will get on with this, and I'll get back to my harvesting. Just that it breaks up the video a bit, and also gets a bit of extra money coming in. There we go, so that's unfolded. So yeah, the helper's going to drive off and get that done. So while it does that, let's get back to our combine. There it is. Get that started up again. The auger in. Not bad so far. We've only done about half the field and we've got almost a full, well, half the trailer load anyway, so that's going pretty well. Let's turn the header on again, set the GPS, and I will continue with this now. Oh, I thought we were on GPS, it's come off. There we go. We're on GPS. Okay, so I'll get on with this. There we go, that's the field finished. Didn't take too long really, considering. It's not a bad sized combine really, considering it's the starting combine. It's the smallest one in the game. It's certainly a lot bigger than the smallest in the game of some of the earlier versions of Farming Simulator. Like FS11, I remember the starting combine was tiny, not a little yellow one, if you can remember that far back. The lizard, it was branded as a lizard, I don't know what exactly it was like a New Holland I think possibly or something. But it was branded as lizard. Anyway, that was a tiny combine. That was the starting combine in FS11 and probably other versions as well. But yeah, this is the starting combine in FS25 and it is certainly a lot bigger. It will be nice to upgrade the combine at some point in the future obviously, but at the moment it's really about the right size for the amount of land we've got, I would say. Anyway, this is going to go to the silo for storage and then we're going to sell it in June when the price is good. But we will be selling some of our crops very soon, in November, December time, probably, and the prices are good for those, canola and stuff. So yeah, there will soon be some money coming in, which is good. But yeah, for now it's going to the silo. The helper's still getting on with that contract, it's on 55%, probably not going to get it finished today though. But that's going to be a bit of extra money coming in as well. and then we'll probably start that big corn harvest if it's still available next time. We'll tip these soybeans out here. Anything in the used sale out of interest since we last looked? Wow, okay, can't afford that. There's a planter for root vegetables, we're not going to buy that. It's a conveyor. Yeah, that combine's still available, but that's smaller than the one we've got, so no point buying that. So basically no, there's not really anything of use to us at the moment. So that's tipped, that's finished, so we'll shut that down. Let's see how this helper's getting on with cultivating. Oh, actually, it looks like it's just the headlands left to do, so maybe I could just go and do that now. Maybe, and get this finished, then we get it finished today. It's probably a good idea. Let's just see what it's going to do. Is it going to start the headlands? I would say it is doing. Yeah, so I might just take over, I think. And we'll get this finished off. Let's get it onto guidance steering, or steering assistance. Then we've got the lines. Lower it down, and yeah, let's get these headlands done. There we go, didn't take too long, so let's get that contract finished, completed. There we go, 16,300 for that, it's not too bad. There we go, so we're finishing with 38,800 in the bank. So, that's today's episode done. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.